What's up, everyone? I'm your host, Dom, and welcome to another episode of Minionland Minecraft. We're here in a project that has been taking me a little bit of time, and we're going to do a little something different this episode. So what's been going on is, this looks very different, doesn't it? And maybe to some of you somewhat familiar. And I'm going to try to speak over this storm because it's raining tonight. And I was not expecting this to happen right when I had to start recording. So yeah, if any of you have played Fallout 4, you may be familiar with what you're seeing right before our very eyes. Yep, this is Diamond City. I said we were going to be working on this, and I've made a lot of progress. Now, I kind of regret not starting to record the steps of how I started, because if you remember, I said we were going to be heavily referencing the Fallout mod pack for the Pocket and Window editions of Minecraft. And I'm glad that we did, because it kind of got us... Well, it got us to a jump start, essentially, in building this. But very soon after, I started to realize that it was the worst possible decision I could have ever made. And I'm going to quickly go over why, and why we stopped using the Fallout mod pack as a reference. Because, guys, I hate to say it, but it's absolutely terrible. At least as far as the concern for Diamond City. The first thing I did was build Power Noodles. Why? Because it is the central location of Diamond City in the Fallout 4 Fenway Park. Yes, that's correct, guys. If you aren't familiar with Fallout 4, Diamond City is built on a baseball diamond. That's the name. And it's called Diamond City because it's built on the baseball diamond of Fenway Park in Boston. So I started out with Power Noodles. That is being run by Takahashi right there. And so far, so good. But a lot of the big things that I started to notice with Power Noodles was this structure here. You see this thing made of iron. Oh, okay, I'm diving down some stairs here. That's weird. Anyway, as you can see, there's this iron block structure here. It's actually supposed to be this metallic like ball. Now, before I jump to that, this whole thing right here, this whole like structure with this ball right there, and it continues up to the top, like up to there. That whole ball is essentially this whole mess of iron piping and craziness in Fallout 4. And then you have this over here, which is a white painted or sheet metal type iron structure of a ball within itself that sits within the mass structure. Now, the Fallout 4 mod pack didn't convey that very well. In fact, it stretched it out along the sides and it just made a mess. And as you can see, especially like up in here, I made it so that it sits within the megastructure. It is its own thing, and that's what it should be. Now you have other plating that goes along the side here, but for the most part it should be rusted out, green painted, and brown rusty metal. Then you have the sign up top and stuff. But one of the other flaws I noticed in the mod pack was that the awnings were badly made, or they weren't made to be conveyed very well. Mine are more fluid, and the mod packs were more square and stuff. Furthermore, Fallout 4 has support beams going all along the awnings, and you know, the mod pack didn't, so it was kind of hard to tell the separations between the awnings because there are a lot of different awnings in this structure. And then you have the main supports, which are angled, and they are not in a complete square pattern like you would find in the mod pack. So I had to do my own, angle them, put them in close enough to what would resemble the locations for the actual Fallout 4 game. So a lot of big differences there. And one of the other things that I noticed for Power Noodles was The mod pack continued this all the way around. It also continued the awnings above this structure. So I didn't like that at all. I actually opened these counters up to where they would be in Fallout 4. I put the cooking pit here as well. And another thing I did was put the overhead kitchen areas atop of some of the counters like you would find in Fallout 4, which was not done in the mod pack. Also, in Fallout 4, you have a lot of the piping that comes off of this mega structure. Now, the mod pack has some piping up here, but it didn't continue it and flow it down off into the ground here. So it was really, really strange. I just couldn't stand the way the mod pack did Diamond City, and Power Noodles was a very big, obvious portion of that. So I had to just cut it dry, leave the mod pack, and do the DOM pack. Another big difference with the mod pack was right away was all the black carpeting. The mod pack had black carpeting all the way around for all the walkways, and it was just very, very different. Hey buddy, how you doing? All right, so what I did was I included, or I changed out the black carpeting for all the wood pathing. Now, if you played Fallout 4 and you're in Diamond City, you will notice that there's nothing but like wood panels, what's it called? Plywood panels. You know, all these like wooden kind of walking created areas. You have the pallets, the wood pallets. There's a lot of those for the pathing in Fallout 4. So I said, you know what? This black carpeting just does not flow. It doesn't match. It's not authentic or believable to how Fallout 4 actually looks. So what I did was just get rid of all of this black carpeting. Now I have this here as an example. This is what it would look like in the mod pack, and it doesn't flow. It doesn't look good. So I said, you know what? Let's get rid of that. Make it more like blotchy and as if there's just like wood thrown about. And that's what I did. I added some buttons for texture now I'm losing my train of thought here, guys. But you know, it adds to the environment. It provides for a little extra environmental texture, ambiance, whatever, what have you. Wide areas like this provide for some lighting problems, and if you're using Optifine, you can actually push L and you get something like this. This is the lighting feature that's in the Optifine mod or add-on, I guess. This tells you the lighting in the areas. As you can see, there's no, you know, the lighting starts to get kind of dim out here, and the further out we go, it probably turns red where there's no lighting. You get some lighting from some of the local stuff, but 7 is pretty common right now, especially for daylight. But then you can see as the further we get away from some of the torches, it turns to 0, and those are the bad spots. I'm actually surprised these aren't red. Anyways, so what I did for the lighting in these open areas was I placed some carpet down, but if I get rid of the carpet, you can see I have sea lanterns underneath. So that actually provides for some nice lighting to provide for a nice safe area. So I'm going to cover those up, and you can see it doesn't actually change the lighting here. So that's one thing I added to this area. Now the awning effect is really nice. You can use spider webs. Unfortunately, it is not as visible as you would think, and to other players they may not even see it like that right now. You can barely see it, and if they were to see it, you can't really destroy it because it claims. But anyway, Fallout 4 mod pack also had a lot of issues with just regular decor and ambience. I'll take the doctor's location for example. I'm using bookcases for the file cabinets, and you know, you have a little table here, but the mod pack actually displayed this entire area filled with bookcases, and it made it look more like a library, and I just was not happy with that. Fallout 4 actually has one of those long L-shaped desks here with a sink, and I need to put some brewing stations up here on here because that's kind of where they were, you know, testing stuff out, making some medicine or whatnot. But this is what it should look like. It should have a table. It should have just maybe 2 bookcases, okay, but the whole like brewing area, the whole like chem area is necessary. For that fact, they didn't even include the bench that's over on this side of the doctor's area. And one of the biggest things was the signage. You know, you have the big pill sign up here, up on top. They didn't have that in the mod pack. The doctor sign wasn't here in the mod pack. This big kind of, hey, doctor station sign was not here in the mod pack. I mean, it was just, the mod pack was terrible. It was so upsetting. Furthermore, one of the biggest things they didn't have was the basement here, where you would go for that one quest to kind of talk to the doctor, convince him, because he was murdering people down here. Now, there is the basement. The basement was included in the mod pack, but they didn't have the cellar. They didn't have the surgery cellar, which was, you know, a big thing in the mod pack. How could you not include this? It's a big thing for the doctor quest in Fallout. So that was bothering me. The other thing was, you know, certain things were included that should have been there. So you have, I forget his name, Solomon's drug or chemical store was, you know, he has a little pocket of a store here where he just stands and like, hey, you want some chems or whatnot? And that wasn't there. The sign wasn't there, you know. A lot of the furniture was there, but it was just poorly laid out. So I included extra furniture to make sure that, you know, the rooms are properly conveyed. The power armor stations, you know, you got to do something. I might actually throw some iron armor on there to make it look like there's a power armor suit there. But essentially, this should be an empty power armor station where you can put your power armor. The vehicles, this thing looked like it was a one of the small bubble like one-seater cars that they have in Fallout 4, and it's supposed to be a decrepit old van. So what I did was build a van. I mean, it's just insane what the mod pack is actually lacking for some Fallout locations. Now, this was a big thing for me too. If you notice, you have the big baseball, the Sluggers store here where you buy baseball bats. Then you have like the weaponry store, and then you have just like your classic like CVS like random thing store. You know, like your odds and ends. And this whole setup was, you know, it had it all there in the mod pack, but there was just a lot of issues with that as well. And the biggest one was this corner. This building was shifted over to this side. It wasn't properly conveyed that this was actually supposed to be a location here tucked in the corner. It was a lot taller, and at the same time, it didn't have the balcony that's up there. The water tank that's up there was a lot larger in the mod pack. And if we were to go up there, and I will tell you, the interior to this place was highly different. It didn't even include this little storage area that's in Fallout 4. And you know, you come up here and there's supposed to be a lot of walkway up here. You're supposed to be able to walk around the entire roof of this one structure. And in the mod pack, you just can't. There's a little bit of a walking area, and the rest of it is just like, it's just so improperly conveyed in the mod pack. So I got really upset about that. One of the other big changes or noticeable things that wasn't included in the mod pack was big structures, and one of them being this thing. In Fallout 4, there is an inaccessible room or structure right next to the corner store and right above the player's home or player acquired home in Diamond City, and the mod pack didn't have this. And you know, just walking around, it felt a little empty here, and you can notice that something was obviously missing, but you couldn't just tell just what, especially me, because my memory does not work very well. So you know, all these things, guys, all these things I had to, you know, really, it just really got to me. I really noticed it because I am a big Fallout fan, but I just, you know, I had to stop using the mod pack as a reference. No more Schematica, no more mod pack. I'm done with it. It's just, I'm so disappointed in the level of quality and accuracy that mod pack has. Now, maybe some other locations are better, but Diamond City was just absolutely terrible, and I cannot do it. I just can't use that mod pack anymore. So I decided to, you know, hey, let's turn off this mod pack, get rid of it, not use it ever again. And what we're going to do is actually just continue to reference Fallout 4. And I have, you know, I'm remoting into my PS4 on my desktop, and I have that on a separate monitor, and I am referencing that. That's what I'm going to keep doing. That's what I'm going to keep using. And I've just noticed so much of how things should be that the mod pack has failed to convey, and I'm glad that we've noticed these changes before we got too far into building or continuing to build Diamond City. So let's hope that we can keep doing what we're doing the Dom way and building a proper Diamond City here in Minionland. One of those other changes that I've noticed was the lake. The lake in the mod pack is horribly small. It's very thin. It's just, you know, it's just not right. And in Fallout 4, it's not as elongated. It's actually a little square in design, and yeah, I'm gonna try to do that because the mod pack actually cut the lake to I think about here, and then these buildings actually came out another 3 or 5 blocks wide. So imagine the buildings coming here, and then you have the rest of this lake. A very narrow lake where the water purifier kid was. So what I'm doing is I actually cut the buildings here. I want to say maybe 3 or 5 blocks in. I can't remember if it was 3 exactly. I want to say it was 5 actually. I cut this in dramatically because they don't need to be that wide. There's not a lot of things in these buildings here. And then what I'm doing, as you can see here, is I'm widening this by, well, there's really no count. What I've been doing was tiering this because I think the best way to do this was to tier the red seated seats by 5. This creates our elongated kind of structure, so it looks like this side of the stadium is a little bit stretched out in this corner, which it is because Fenway Park is also known for this kind of hard, I don't know baseball terminologies, guys, I'm sorry, but this side of the stadium is a little harder to play in, and I think it catches a lot of foul balls or something because of the way it's shaped in real life. So I'm trying to do it Diamond City its justice by what it should be in you know, a believable real life type of thing, but also closer to what would resemble a proper Diamond City in Fallout 4. Anyways, guys, let's get over to a building that we need to adjust. And oh, the other thing, guys, Diamond City. So this is the corner store, right? This is Myrna's store, the corner store here. As you can see, it does have a bypass to the end corner here. Because of the dimensions and whatnot, you know, we can go to Arturo's shop here, the armor, the weaponry guy. Between these builds, the way Diamond City was built in the mod pack, there was a lot of unwasted space here. Look at this, man. Look at this. This is a full room. This is a full room. And Diamond City in the mod pack tried to hide this. So what I did was open it up. Same thing happened between the Slugger's store and Arturo's. You got a little narrower place here, but you got enough space to, you know, stick a bed back in here, and you got a nice little room again. This is a makeshift city in the middle of a baseball diamond. Why waste all this space when you can build, you know, I got a room for rent here. That's all it is. So we are trying to properly build this place out the way it should be, and hopefully once I'm done, we will have a much better Diamond City than what's in the mod pack. Not only that, we will have something that better resembles Diamond City from Fallout 4. So let's get to work, and hopefully we will have something done soon for all of Minionland. Okay, guys, so I've got this structure here. This is next to public occurrences and the baseball bat store, the Slugger store. And as you can see, this is fairly accurate in shape. However, it should probably be a little bit smaller. And because of the size that this is, we have plenty of room. Oh God, for a creeper home right there. You get back inside. We've got plenty of room for another usable spot. In fact, this could even be 2 floors. I mean, this is how much room we have. It's insane. This is the schoolhouse location in Diamond City. This is where the school is, and I need to finish this up. As you can see, I started to place the beds here. We have some decor, some bits and bobs, but we need to make some, I think, some privacy screens. So what I'm probably gonna do is get rid of this because I don't know what this is, and we're gonna make some privacy screens. Now I need to go for some walls essentially, and yeah, that should be fine. So what we need to do is actually remodel some of this area, and what I'm gonna do first is actually place the floor in this empty room, because this actually gives us way too much room for what we need, and we're gonna soon expand the other area into here. So let's place this down first. Oops, don't need to be that high. There we go. I did it again. All right, and then we're actually gonna get rid of this wall. And the reason we're doing that is because we're gonna push this back maybe to here. We're gonna see, because what we need to do is, what is this? Spruce wood slabs. Let's get a little bit more of those. Spruce wood slabs. I need to go this way. I think that might do. Let's crawl up here and see what we got. Yeah, that should be fine. So what I'm going to do is actually get rid of these bookcases. Nice. And I'm wondering what we could do here. I got an idea. But for that, actually this will work for a good demo. We should put the bookcases here. Alright, cool. That means I can put back these carpets up on top of it. Come on. There we go. Alright. And let's see here. That's okay, I got this. So it's gonna be that, then seat. That, then seat. Seat. Right? Or wrong. And I can even push that up against the wall, honestly. That way it provides a little bit of walkway right through here. And this, we can just close that up. It doesn't need to be exposed or rotten like that. That's fine. Now, the staircase is gonna have to be here. It is located on the opposite side of the room in Fallout 4. And we're gonna drop this down to about here. Yeah, we're gonna drop this down. The ceiling's gonna be up to here. Yeah, this is just insane. For it to even be up here, yeah, this bus needs a little bit of reworking. I don't like how I originally built it. It's just way too tall. Alright, cool. But going back down inside, I'm wondering if we should actually push this back another 4. So we would have this out to here, and then the back wall, where's my wool? The back wall would finish here then, leaving this place, and then we have all of this. So it really does open up the bottom. Now this is, what is this, birch? So we would have to, that's gonna close, oh no, I'm sorry, it's gonna close it off here. Oh yeah, that really opens up this space, doesn't it? Just like that. Alright. Then we can actually fix this, the floor here, the upper floor, by running out of half slabs. But that's okay, because we need to get rid of all this spruce wood flooring now and change it out for birch so it matches the rest of the room. And we could probably use this for half slabs if I don't have any more. And I need to get rid of this dirt here. Alright, nice. Alright, we're on the move, guys. We're on the move. We're going to complete another room for the Fallout Diamond City area. Alright, so from the inside we actually have this exposed bus. That should be covered like that. Now that means that dark oak should probably... We're actually going to replace this with the dark oak. That way it looks like it's somewhat... Oh, of course. It's somewhat enclosed from both sides, or all sides, and then it's going to get the half slabs. If I can place them correctly. Alright, so we've now extended this a bit more. It provides for a longer classroom. I'm going to be replacing these dirt blocks with desks. I can then build some type of chalkboard situation here. So I'll get rid of this. Actually, should I build it out of the hardened clay? Maybe not. We'll think of something. And then we got to push this stuff back. Fix this whole situation. So we're going to have a bed here. And the other bed's going to go right there. Alright. And then the other thing we're going to do is actually... maybe get rid of this one and this one. We're going to slightly move these over because there's two chairs here. And then next to the door is just lockers. So what I'm going to do, and this is going to be rough because it's right next to these. We're actually just going to put shelving. And I should probably grab... yeah, I should probably grab more of this black carpet so we can start to place more of down. Then I can just place this up top. And I'm actually going to put that there as well because we're going to build this wall up just like that. Now these are supposed to be walls, like blockades. That way they're like room separators almost. And I'm putting them here because, well, this way it acts as like a natural border. We also need to place one somewhere over here. So, I think this one's going to go closer to here. So we'll just put this one here. And we'll leave that one at that height. We'll leave that one at that height. In fact, you know what? I may even just do that for these as well. They don't really need to be that high. It's not like anything's going to go over or, you know, we have plenty of space. No need to just make it match the wall. In fact, the openness may kind of make it look more like a room divider. Ugh, I cannot speak again. I'm just losing all thought. Now, what I'm actually going to do here is bring this to about... No, place that in the wrong spot. I'm going to place this bed about here. And I'm also going to do that with this bed because I'm going to maybe put bricks along this wall. Now, there isn't any in the game. There's some scattered about the room. But I think there's bricks here, guys. So we also need to scatter about some of the black carpet. Just kind of place it in random spots. Maybe between the bed. Fill in some spots like that. Nope, no bookcases here. Alright. And then there's actually furniture along this side of the wall. So I need to place that there. We can place an iron block down. I'm glad I actually have one of those. I'm going to place that somewhere over here. And then we can place down dark oak planks. Perfect. I'm going to place down 2 of those because it's kind of like the armoire that's there. And I need to think about maybe some of the pillars. Now there's also... oh, maybe I can get rid of this. Nice. Because there is an armoire here. There's nothing here. And then there's... I think there's an additional seat here. What could go down here? What I will do is start to plan out the lighting, actually. So what I need to do is put maybe a torch right here. I've got one there, but I'm going to place one in between the chairs there. I'm going to place another one here and another one above the washing machine. Now that should cover everything. Now I need to get some... oh, I have stone bricks. Perfect. So we're going to line this wall up to about here with stone bricks. And to cover that gap, we're going to just cover it with spruce wood slabs. And that hides that very well. I need to fix that as well. Boom. Nice. Now I need to get some trapdoors. That's pretty much the last thing I need for this area. Ooh, wow, this classroom is dark. Can't have that, so let's light this place up between the desks. So let's place one there. We're gonna put one here because that's, no, we should put one towards the middle of the room at least. And then the desk area, we're gonna put one by the, okay, that should provide enough lighting up here for our students to be able to read properly and our teacher to teach properly. All right, so we have the makings of a classroom. So I'm going to get rid of this dirt, and I'm going to come back with maybe some oak stairs and hardened clay. We'll see what we got. Trapdoors, oak stairs, and hardened clay, maybe, to make it look like storage. Same thing here for the trapdoors. Makes it look like, no, that's just in the way. Place that there. All right, great. So we have the sleeping area, we have the washing machine, the dressers, and then we have like a little storage nook back here. Should be well done. This looks a lot better. And then the teaching area. So we have, I should have gotten blocks. Oh man, I should have gotten blocks. If we can probably get one a decent size in the right location, we might actually just keep it. So let's see what happens. That's not. You know what? That works. That works fine. That's a good chalkboard. That's a good chalkboard. Now you know what? That's fine. That's fine. So we have our little classroom up here. This represents our little school thing. Now we just need to finish the bus that sits up on top, because this thing is kind of bugging me. Alright, so with the front of the bus removed, we're actually going to start placing down some of the components, layering it down further, and that might not actually work. I'm just realizing that may not actually work. I want that torch back. So we're going to place that there and that there. That means we can actually continue our little, whoops. Alright, cool. Come on this side, there we go. So that way we can start to drop this down. And no, we should do that for all the windows first. Alright, so top layer's done. Now we can actually start to replace what we've taken down with the blocks. And we're going to use the yellow hardened clay for the rest of this. The gold blocks act as a nice kind of differential color between what would be the paint in the bus. Alright, that looks good. And then that looks good. Alright, so this would be our proper height for the bus. That means we got to drop down everything else. So we got to cut down this. And the lighting. And then all of this. The roof. Should reach this. Okay. That was one, I believe. Oh, excellent. I can actually climb up here. Perfect. Alright, awesome. And I think there's also a torch on one of the sides over here. That's exactly what I needed. And okay, the other torch was probably, I'm gonna say about here. That's fine. That's fine. Nope. That looks good. Awesome. Alright, so we made the final adjustments to the bus. The only thing that should probably be here is the awning. And that is going to need... Really? Can I not place... Oh, come on. Come on. I think I can climb up to the top here. What was that? Alright, here we go. Here we go. Perfect. Awesome. That looks good. Yeah, I think that's fine. Alright, the bus is done. So we finally did our little upgrade here to the schoolhouse, and that's why there's a school bus up top of the building. The only thing we need to do is find out what to do with the empty spaces like this room down here. We've actually stretched out this room, provided for a much bigger classroom like there should be. And yeah, guys, I think it just looks so much better this way. When it's more accurate to what the Fallout interiors should look like, the buildings aren't that roughly off on the outside. I may actually, should I just put like, does that look cool? Does that make a difference? Yeah, why not? Let's just keep that too. Alright, cool, awesome. We've got a little schoolhouse here, and yeah, it looks great. So this has been my process for building Diamond City. We are heavily referencing the actual Fallout 4 build. I think it's looking much better, and we're going to do what we are doing to try and finish this as quickly as possible. Now that's all the time I have for today, guys, for Diamond City. Unfortunately, I will be continuing to build this off camera, so maybe next time when you see this, there'll be a lot more done, but hey, that's kind of better because I know some of the minions on the server are really excited to see this done, and I'm hoping to actually complete this because this is a pretty crazy project. It's a large project, and there's so much happening here that I really need to just focus on what's happening. So hopefully this will turn out much better than I expected, and it'll be done, and when you guys see it next time, there'll still be stuff to do here, but we will also be further along on the process. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate all your support. Drop me some likes, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and let me know your thoughts down in the comments field because I really appreciate what you guys think. And if you have any ideas or if you notice something that could be better, let me know. So thanks again, guys, for watching, and have an awesome night. See y'all later.